They are widely viewed as plain, peaceful people. But some of their perfectly manicured farms hide a secret world. Some call Lancaster County the puppy mill capital of the U.S., and the Amish dominate the trade. This undercover video of an Amish puppy mill shot by Mainline Animal Rescue provides a startling look. Cowering dogs, some heavily matted, chicken wire cages stacked on top of each other, so the dog's waste falls into the cage below. In your opinion, from what you've seen, how are dogs viewed in this community?
Dogs in this community, they're viewed as livestock, nothing more. Like chickens or pigs or goats. They laugh at us. They think that we're fools.
They
quite
do.
honestly. Yeah, for the way that we treat our animals. And they just can't imagine that we love them as members of our family. It's just a source of income for them.
Bill Smith has committed his life to driving through Pennsylvania's Dutch country and rescuing dogs. On this day, he has convinced an Amish farmer to give him a female golden retriever who can no longer breed in exchange for some free dog food. The dog, who spent her life in a cage, struggles to walk.
When they come out of the rabbit hutches, they walk like crabs because they don't know what it's like to walk on solid surfaces. So they literally they drag their bodies along the ground.
Bill says the mothers of the puppies live their life in cages, breeding, until they can't. Then they are sometimes euthanized, sometimes shot.
And it's perfectly legal. I don't know how many phone calls we've received where breeders have actually told us that we have an hour to come out and pick up a dog or they're going to shoot it.
There are about 300 licensed breeders in Lancaster County, and rescue workers estimate another 600 unlicensed facilities operating in barns and sheds. Those breeders go to great measures to not be discovered. Smith says some of them debark their dogs.
What is debarking?
The farmers, the Amish and the Mennonites, they take their, I'm not going to do it, obviously, I'm not even going to show you, but they pull the heads back and then they hammer sharp instruments down their throats to scar their vocal cords so they can't bark. That way they can have 500, 600 dogs in a barn and no one knows. As we said, it's an industry of secrecy.
We got a never-before-seen glimpse into that secret world.
I don't believe in animal rights, but I highly believe in animal welfare.
What's the difference?
In animal welfare is you treat the dog like you want to be treated. And animal rights activists, they just have a very different mindset.
Ezekiel, not his real name, is a Mennonite farmer in Pennsylvania. He agreed to speak to us under the condition we not reveal his name or exact location. He fears what he calls militant animal activists. He shows us the public face of his business, the heated shed where buyers are invited to pick out the puppies they want.
The puppy we sell here is a healthier puppy than if I'd have Lassie out here running around. She'd run over here, feed her puppies over here. The way we raise them, they are much healthier than they would be the other way.
Then we ask him to show us the rest, where the public is not allowed. It is a warehouse with more than 200 breeding dogs and their puppies lined up in cage after cage. He considers his facility state-of-the-art. He tells us his dogs stand on plastic grating, which doesn't hurt a dog's feet, he says, as much as chicken wire. And they have access to solid floors.
They have their food here. They have their nipple waters there. That water stays sanitary. We have no crummy water bowls,
And where do they go to the bathroom? They just go here?
They go here.
He shows us what he says is a state-of-the-art waste disposal system.
This here system is commercially available, that they use it in like swine and veal and things like that.
The technology, he says, allows him and his wife to take care of more than 200 dogs all by themselves.
Can two people take care of 200 dogs?
The way we have the building set up, the modern way, if we have to go back, if new legislation goes into effect, we will not be able to care for this many dogs because it's just going to be so much more labor intense.
Pending legislation would require dogs have solid flooring and access to the outside to exercise. But Ezekiel says that's unnecessary, and then he shows us why.
So tell going on here?
What she's doing is she's running. She's getting her exercise. You know, instead of maybe leaving them run around in here, we put them in there, and they use more muscles that they wouldn't use, like running around in here.
Why not just have them run around outside?
Because it's dangerous.
Couldn't you put in like a fenced area or something?
Yeah, but then we'd be back to the what I call the more inhumane thing, because the dog would be out in the mud, in the cold, the rain, the wind.
Do the dogs like this?
Oh yeah. She wouldn't be strolling like that. If she wouldn't like it, she'd just sit down.
Okay, this way.
Back at the mainline rescue,
I just took this off the chocolate lab. Look at it. It's actually, it makes it twice as thick as it should be.
It was buried in his neck.
I had to cut it out.
the dogs rescued last night are being assessed by Megan, a vet tech. First up, that golden retriever. She has a cut below her eye.
My guess is it's a dog fight. She's got a little bit of scar tissue down in the lower part, as if the dog may have come in and right here, very close to the eye.
It could have been over food.
Anything
that dogs
space.
fight about.
Megan says both of the dog's ears are infected. Her paws are swollen from living on chicken wire.
A normal dog pad would have healthy color and some texture to it. They're completely smooth.
And she finds C-section scars all over the dog's body.
We'd like to see it a little bit lower.
And we'd like to see it done by a vet.
Well, done by a vet with some sedation would be nice too.
Megan says it's not unusual for farmers to perform their own C-sections, stitching the dogs back together with twine. But for these dogs, at least, there will be a tomorrow.
This is the tough part. The morning after is usually the tough part.
For Nightline, I'm Sharon Alfonsi in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.